Michael, you know what it's like to be part of a championship winning side with the Bears. Describe the feeling.
Oh, look, it's the ultimate for a county cricketer. I think if you go through a whole season, you know you know that the best side is going to win the county championship. So it's wonderful. Obviously, what the boys have experienced this year and achieved this year. I know the format's slightly different than 2004 when I experienced it as a player, and then 1994 my first year on the staff, obviously. So look, it's the holy grail for a county cricketer. So you know that you've been tested, in the best form of red ball cricket, and I'm delighted for the boys this year.
I'm sure you followed it closely all season long, but the last couple of weeks were pretty special, weren't they? An amazing win at Yorkshire, and then setting up the last game, and that incredible last day when it all came together. I'm thinking you were either here or monitored it quite closely from rugby.
Yeah, no, I did. Unfortunately, I was at work, but it was absolutely fantastic. And I think it gets there, and the boys knew what they had to do, and it gets to the crunch point, and that's when the pressure's on. That's when every decision you make, either as a captain or as a player, out in the middle as a bowler, you know that everything you do is going to make or break that opportunity to sort of get over the line at the end. And I think that last 2 weeks, obviously going into the last 2 weeks, looking back at it now in hindsight, you look back and realise what an absolutely massive 14-day period that was for the boys. And I think they made some great decisions. They played some fantastic cricket, and obviously post that it culminated in the match at Lords, post winning the championship, where they absolutely destroyed Lancashire on the day, which was showed just what a fantastic side they are.
You mentioned captaincy there. I mean, you know what it's like to skipper the Bears and the pressures that entails. Will Rhodes, of course, came in, he was appointed as quite a young captain, just as you were. He's done okay, hasn't he?
He certainly has, and I think he's answered any critics he's had, and he's shown this year in particular, what he's made of when it mattered. When you look back at actually, setting up that total they needed, and when they wanted to declare and get enough runs on the board, I think he showed exactly what he's capable of as a player there. And I think that's, looking back obviously at my time, how important it is that the batsmen are scoring runs as well as obviously making great decisions that he did as a captain towards the end under pressure.
And now the question, of course, for the Bears, or the challenge is to build on this and success in the future. And some really talented youngsters coming through, one of whom, of course, you know particularly well, Jacob Bethel.
Yes, and look, I mean, that when you've won a championship, there's a lot of players that have been involved this year. Jacob had one experience in terms of the championship towards the end, which was great for him. It's the starting point for him, and I think what's going to be great for him is the players he's going to learn off, and he already is learning off. Chatting to him even tonight on the way in on the train, and the experiences he had, and his first year on the staff officially, even as a young 17-year-old at the time, now 18. He's played with and experienced some players that have been there, done it, got the t-shirt, and look, he's a precocious talent. He really is. He's a fantastic talent. I think he's in a great place, and I couldn't be happier that he's obviously a Bear now and a championship winning Bear.
He played a truly memorable innings up at York in the one-dayer up there. For a guy of that youth to play like that was quite eye-opening. I mean, lots can happen in a young career, can't it? But he could go quite a long way. Yeah,
look, I think what's exciting about Jacob is that you can win the game across three aspects of the game: batting, bowling and fielding. And in every single aspect he can offer something, and not just something, he can offer a lot in each of those. He's a fantastic fielder, he's a very good bowler, and he's a fine batsman. So and I think that's what's exciting. You look around, the genuine all-rounders that change games of cricket, of actually who can win the game with the ball, the bat and in the field, and I think he's got that potential. And so I think in all aspects, there's no reason why you can't, deliver that for the Bears for many years to come, hopefully.
Lovely, and we await with interest the next arrival from rugby school.
Absolutely, there's one. He's just starting off in the 14s, 15s now, so maybe, we'll wait and see.